Hello there. Tuesday afternoon, just coming up to 2 o'clock. I'm out on a camp. Different day of the week for a change. The wife's had to swap her days off for a couple of months. So I'm out on a Tuesday. I'm going to do that ridge walk I fancied on the last camp. I'm quite excited for it, so I might even give it a little way before I even get up there. I'll be leaving the path in a minute and heading up. Right, let's have a little look back. Yeverin Bell, Newton Tors, Easter Tor, Wester Tor, then looking up the Cheviot Valley there. And these are the hills. Oh, it's a good job I'm not on that summit today up there, isn't it? Look at that. Populated by the big beasts. But instead, we're going to be heading up over this ridge, walk up here. Really looking forward to it. The haze on the hills is immense. It's red hot, it's well over 20 degrees. I don't know what it is. I'll have a quick look on the weather app in a minute. But first outing this year for the Alp Kit Hunker XL Bivy. Cut down on the weight. I'm just nudging the 11 kilos mark today, and that's 3 litres of water, a can of coffee, like a can of Costa Latte coffee, and my dinner, which is a homemade bean stew, and a pack of rice. So, drinks and water and food, nearly 4 kilos. So you could take that off. And I'm just coming up to the 7 kilo mark, so I'm really pleased with myself. Need a Sherpa to carry the bits and pieces. I'll tell you one thing, if I was carrying Jimmy's load from Lundy's Bushcraft, if I was carrying his load in the hills, I definitely would need a Sherpa. I'm not going to hide the fact. I mean, I can fly up these hills as quick as most people, but getting older, the more weight you put on, the harder it is. Well, I've just checked the weather up there. It's bang on 20 degrees, but the heat I can feel on my arms. The heat, ridiculous. And of course, I'm only going straight up the side like I normally do, because there's no footpath shown on this side, so technically it's not even a right of way, but we're going up anyway. Rebels today, rebels. Straight away, bivvy spot. Straight away, bivvy spot. These extra walks, they're great for checking out the spots. I mean, if this was the winter now, clear a couple of them rocks. Just room for the bivvy there. That's flat. Somewhere to sit and cook. And views to die for. Wow, look at it. Hey! Have a couple of them today, because I'm excited on this one. Look, it's that much haze you can't see the Cheviot. Right, let's go. I'm on 144, the blood rate. I don't know whether it's meant to be that high. Meant to be like about 135 and under, I think. But got to go up here. First fence scaled. It's the same height as me. Now I've got to battle through this lot, which is again the same height as me. But this is the route I need to follow. So I'll come back in a bit. There's a hard way to go. It's up to me my waist, this is. If there's a hard way to go, I'll find it. And talk about flies, dear me. Oh dear. I'm slowly getting up. I've come over that one with the wall, across the fences, through the wood, and up here. It's a killer. There's just no path, it's just long grass. My trousers up to my waist are just like they've been coloured with pollen. So much for the hay fever, I'm going to suffer later. There's the valley we looked at last week from the top up there. So I'm heading up over this lot, you see. It's going to be great. Whee! Some different views now, looking towards Scotland. round our way. Done that little summit there. I'm on this summit, there's looking up to the Cheviots. And this is like a bit of a summit here, and then there's a cairn up there. It's lovely, isn't it? Look at it. Whee! I've been walking for 66 minutes and I've only covered 2 miles, but it's so rough going. There's my first cairn, and there's the ridge walk there. That's looking over the other side. I'm just having a nut snack. I think most YouTubers and walkers have done Yeaver in Bell, Newton tours, Easter and Wester tour from the Hespool Valley. But I don't recall any videos along this ridge. Maybe I'm the first to record this, who knows. I've certainly picked out a scenic one, haven't I? It's lovely. Well, she's looking over to Scotland now. So that's Scotland. Right, we'll crack on. It's forecast heavy rain about 5 o'clock, 4 to 6. So between 4 and 6. So I'll probably be pitching in the rain, but I'll find some trees. There's my summit cairn there. I thought a nice, easy, gentle ridge walk. Oh no, I've got to go all the way down there and all the way back up 2 or 3 times by the look of it. But I wanted to do it and I'm going to enjoy it. So I've come from over that way up there. Climbed up all them ridges there, down and up. Now I'm on this one and I've got to go down and up again. That should be my last cairn up there. I've probably bitten off more than I can comfortably chew on this one, as I am exhausted. My heart rate's been well up there into the 140s because there's no paths, it's just long grass. It's an absolute killer, but I've done it. And the easier route back is that one there where them beasts are, and then straight down. I can't really get past them. Well, I don't intend to, so I'll see what I have to come up with in the morning. From the car in the distance, I've come over these hills here, up and down, it's a killer. Cows blocking my route home. And this should be my last major climb, this one. There's my last summit cairn, just hidden in a wall. It's a very strange place, isn't it? So I've come all the way across here. Oh, I really enjoyed it, but now it's killed me. I think I'll go and camp in the trees over there. Over the top of that last hill. Get myself tucked away. It's going to pour with rain in a bit. Unfortunately, the last one is every bit as steep as the others. So it's down and then up. Just to the other side of there, and I'll find a pitch in the trees. Well, I've done it. I've come from the distance over there, over these hills, up and down, up and down, up and down, onto this one. I've got my familiar, nice woods to camp now, familiar hills. And there's your views, look, looking up towards the Cheviot. Be a lot of rain coming later. Easter tour, Wester tour, Newton tour, Yeaver in Bell. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Well, I can't say I'd do that walk again. That's a guaranteed no. It was too hard. I think when you've got your camping gear, you're better off just picking yourself a hill, a nice gentle walk, and going and having your camp. Yeah, when you've got your camping gear, pick yourself a hill or a spot you want, pick yourself a nice walk in, chill out, have a nice camp and have a chilled walk out. What I've done today maybe should have been done over 2 days and had a camp halfway, but I think hill walking should be done as a day pursuit or overnight. And then maybe a camping separately. Because to do a hill walk like that with all this kit, It's been too much for me. I've sweat like a pig. I haven't had a wet back with this rucksack for a long time. But I fancied it and I've done it. So I'm going to have a nice... it's 4 o'clock. I've been walking for 2.5 hours. I've done 4 miles. So I'll be nice and pitched up for 5:30. Have me food and chill out. I can't wait. I've just got the tarp up in time. It's thunder and lightning. I mean, I'm on the top of the hill fort as well. Maybe I should have gone in the trees, but it's only forecast for a couple of hours. But proper lightning. Got these aluminium poles, but at least they're not carbon either. Anyway, the tarp's nice and safe. Look, have a look. So I'm just under the tarp now. Hopefully if the lightning hits the poles it won't hit me. I'll have a brew and think of that in the dinner. That's what you call a proper storm. I'm nice and dry under my tarp, look, I've got enough length. You can see the rain coming off it, look. Well, I've had to quickly get down off the top of that hill fort up there. The wind, I just set the tarp up with the wind coming the one way, then the wind suddenly changed direction, the heavens opened, a complete storm just blew the rain straight in, ripped the tarp straight out of the ground. I just about saved it. I had to throw all my stuff in the rucksack. Everything is soaking wet. Luckily the sleeping bag and stuff's all in stuff sacks. But I'll quickly set up the tarp in some trees just to get a bit of shelter. It's not very flat, look. I'll have to move it in a bit if it stops raining. But I'm going to go up and try and find my pegs now because I've lost most of my pegs in the wind. I'm drying off most of my stuff under here. My sleeping mat's wet because for the first time I didn't put it. I was keeping the weight of the rucksack down today. So I didn't put the Exped mat in its stuff sack. I just had it loose in the rucksack, so that's soaking wet. But that'll just go under the bivvy, it's not a bother. Bivvy's bone dry, sleeping bag's dry. And I'm just cooking up me 3 bean stew. It's got chilies in it and cumin, nice and spicy. And I've got my rice. Nice, I had a nice big tub full, just a pack of rice. Obviously all this will be tidied up in a bit. I just can't believe it. My tarp ripped straight out the ground. Because obviously up on the hill fort you can't get your pegs in that far because of the rocks. And then when the wind suddenly changed direction and a massive gust come, the heavens just opened. It was ridiculous. Well, I was lying under that tarp on that hill fort because I thought, you know, they forecast a bit of heavy rain for an hour or so, but I thought there's no wind, I'll chance the tarp, get the views. I was lying under the tarp when the rain started, then the lightning and thunder. And then all of a sudden, it really turned into a storm. And then the wind swapped direction. All the rain, I was lying there, as you saw earlier, didn't even have any waterproofs on. It just turned round, all the heavy rain just soaked me. I mean, at the minute now, I've got my trousers and everything up there. The waterproof trousers, everything's drying off on the ridge line. The lightning got worse when the tarp was ripped out then with the gust of wind, because you can only get your pegs in so far up there because of the rocks. I just grabbed what I could and I just come down to the trees. I've set it up in an A-frame. I tried the one spot over there, it's too sloped. I've moved it and I'm still rolling down the bank. But there is nowhere else I can go for tonight, so I'm just going to have to grim and bear it. And I mean, this tree stump will stop me rolling off the bank, but the trouble is, if you look down there, look, half of it's not under the tarp. There's not much I can do for this one. It's just going to have to be a get wet I mean, luckily, I'm dry in the sleeping bag. My trousers will be dry by the morning. I've got my waterproof trousers. I mean, I just didn't have them on at the time. Just didn't expect the rain to suddenly turn into a ferocious storm. But if it was winter, I would have been in trouble because I'd have been cold and wet. But luckily, it's been a nice warm day today. But I mean, so much for an hour's worth of rain. It's been torrential now. Was it nearly 8 o'clock? It's been torrential since 4:30. Absolutely torrential. But the main thing is I've done my ridge walk. Really enjoyed it. It nigh on killed me. I certainly won't be doing it again with camping gear. It was just too hard. There weren't no paths, thick grass. The only animals that have been up there is those cows because they've got free rein over that like U-shaped range of hills either side of that valley. So there's just big cow poops everywhere and just long grass. It was a real hard walk. But I've done it. I've got it on film. I've got some lovely views. Now I've had my tea, so I'm just lying in the sleeping bag trying to keep warm because I'm just in my pants and underpants and t-shirt because everything else is wet. I'm just going to have to grim and bear it. There's nowhere else flat I could camp around here. And this nice little, I'll turn it round and just show you. This nice little bridle path here. There's been that much rain, it's flooded, so I can't even go down there. That's the only flat bit. In case that storm comes back, I need to be, I need the ridge line, so at least I've got a bit of shelter. But these things are sent to try you. I've overcome the difficulties and I'm just lying here chilling. I'll have plenty of brews, get myself warm. So we'll catch you later. Well, I'm just, I've had to take the foam mat out from under the sleeping pad. If it punches, it punches. I'll just have to go home. But I'm soaking wet. My t-shirt's wet. My legs are that damp. I'm struggling to get down in the sleeping bag. It's sticking to me. But luckily the sleeping bag is dry. And it's warm enough for me to manage. But I've never been this wet. I've never been caught unawares like that before. I mean, I set the tarp up, I knew the rain was coming. But when the wind changed direction and it blew all that rain straight under the tarp, and I didn't have my waterproofs on, and then the tarp blew away, I had to get my waterproofs on while the heavy rain's coming down. I've got the tarp guy line wrapped around my legs so I didn't lose it. It's mad. I've never been caught like that before. I should have trusted my instincts and pitched in the trees when I first got here. I'd have been dry. It's pouring with rain still. It's 8:30 now, it's still pouring with rain. But I mean, I've got plenty of hot drinks, so. But I mean, it's a proper like keep warm to keep safe situation, because I've got to be warm to do the 4 mile walk out. But it's forecast dry tomorrow, so I should get up to a nice day. In fact, if we look over towards Scotland, look, you've got all that nice weather over there, and it's still windy it down there. Strange. But I don't think I'll be doing much more filming tonight. I'm just going to get in the sleeping bag. I know it's early, but I've just got to get warm because I've got no clothes on. I didn't bring my thermal. But that'd have been wet anyway. That Osprey rucksack, the rain cover. Even when the rain cover's on, the contents of the rucksack gets wet, I can only presume the water gets between your back and the mesh, because obviously the cover doesn't protect that bit. But in tonight's instance, I didn't even have the rain cover on, because it was dry when I pitched. Oh well. So I'll catch you later. I'm going to have another brew. I do like a brew. Look at that. The sun is out over in Scotland. Lovely sky. And I'm lying in the bivvy here, getting warm. And it's still peeing down with rain. And you've got sun over there, look. Beautiful. It's a lovely sight to see, isn't it, when I'm lying here in the rain. I'm not going to get out the bivvy to film the sunset, because my trousers are hanging up anyway. I'm not going up on the top of the hill in my underpants. Imagine the farmer coming up on his quad, have the shock of his life. Yeah, dear. We'll just watch it from here for a bit. It's lovely. It's still raining here though, that's the strange thing. Good morning. It's 5:30. I've slept quite well. I've been rolling around all over the place, but it's because of the slope. But I'm that stuffed up with like a head cold. Really stuffed up. Luckily I didn't need my down jacket on, so I was able to, I used it rolled up as an extra pillar, just to allow myself to breathe a bit. But I'll show you how I've been sleeping. I've just been rolling, look. So I'm glad it had stopped raining, because I haven't been anywhere near under me tarp. Yeah, I mean, I started off up here, then I seemed to be down here, but I took my foam mat out. I didn't use that, but I've still been out of the tarp. But it's a nice morning, very windy. Very, very windy this morning. This stuff's nice and dry anyway, everything's dry. I'll have some breakfast. I think we're back to a bit of condensation as well, using the hunker. The tarp is bone dry on both sides because of the wind, but the hunker bivvy, it's well moist down the bottom. Even the sleeping bag, I can feel it. And there's a very slight dampness to it inside. Nothing like the Army Gore-Tex ones. Doesn't really matter for one night and you get the light carrying, but I just don't get on with the material. But I'm dry, I'm warm, that's the main thing. I'm going to have myself a coffee and some breakfast. Well, not as damp as I thought, the sleeping bag. It's just the foot box, slightly damp. The hunker's not actually wet at the foot box, it's just, it's got like a clamminess to it. Obviously, considering the rain, that's fantastic, it's just slightly clammy. It just felt wet because of the material, but I'm pleased with that. There we go, all packed up, just a flat bit. You can see where my body was just here. And I had that slope there for my legs, so I was just going. And last night that was the place I tried, and I was still sloping. But it's a nice dry morning. We'll sit up across the top of the hills now. I think the sun might even come out. What a lovely morning. That's where I was last night, over those ridges over there. I couldn't walk back that way this morning. It's just too steep. I'm going to go this way, but the trouble is the cows are along there, so I'll have to think about my route. But what a lovely morning, look. It's even clearing up on the top of the Cheviot. That rain last night, I've never been in rain as bad as that, ever. Thunder and lightning storm. at the same time having my shelter blown away. Dear me. It's all good fun, and you know you can survive on the hills. I'm not going to do much filming on the way back this morning because we did this route last week. I don't like to do the same route again, but honestly I couldn't do that this morning. It's just too much. The legs aren't up to it. Stunning, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Like I say, we won't do much filming, but we'll have a couple of views. Look, a bit of cloud coming in over the Cheviot. What a stunning morning. I'm just skirting along the side of this hill to avoid the herd. Beautiful, isn't it? I'm coming back this way thinking it's not so challenging, but I've just turned round. Obviously that side was challenging for me, but I've just turned round and this side's all downhill, so it is just as bad. It just depends on the way you're going. Hill walking is hill walking. Oh, it's a wonderful morning. Look at it. Easter Tor and Wester Tor. Newton Tor's looking lovely, aren't they? Yivering Bell. Moody sky, isn't it? Cheviot's starting to get covered in cloud now, look. We've got too far to go back. We certainly had some rain last night, can you hear it? My. Right, I'm back at the car now, thoroughly exhausted. That walk yesterday was a lot. All I can say is, if you've enjoyed it, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. And I'll put thanks at the end for anybody that's bought a coffee. It is appreciated, thank you very much. I think Tarn was the last one. I'll have a look. See you on the next one.